I was never supposed to matter on Zyra Prime. I was just a human exchange assistant, someone who fetched data, translated words, and stayed out of the way. People like me didn't get noticed. We passed through quietly, then left. That night, I was looking for the exit when the door slid shut behind me. I turned, heart racing. She stood there, leery. My alien friend's older sister. Calm. Tall. Her silver-toned skin glowed softly under the room's light, and her eyes weren't cold or angry. They were nervous. "You're scared," she said gently. "I don't know what's happening," I replied honestly. She took a step closer, slow enough that I didn't feel trapped. "On my world, we don't rush choices," she said. "We watch. We wait." I swallowed. "Then why lock the door?" Her voice dropped to a whisper, almost trembling. "Because I was afraid you'd leave before I found the courage." She leaned close, so close I could feel her breath. "You're mine," she whispered. It wasn't control. It wasn't threat. It was confession. "I don't want to own you," she said quickly. "I want to choose you. Every day. If you'll stay." No one had ever said something like that to me. I took her hand. "Then don't trap me," I said softly. "Stand with me." She opened the door. But I didn't walk away. By morning, everything had changed. People stared as we walked together through the halls. An alien noble and a human, side by side. Whispers followed us, sharp and curious. "I don't want to cause you trouble," I said quietly. Leary stopped walking. That alone silenced the corridor. "I've lived my whole life being what others expect," she said. "You were the first person who spoke to me like I was just me." She reached for my hand, this time without hesitation. "My people will judge," she continued. "But I won't lose you out of fear." That night, she took me to the sky chamber, where the ceiling opened to the stars. "This is where bonds are made," she said. "I don't know your traditions," I admitted. She smiled. "Then we'll create our own." She rested her forehead against mine. "Forever," she said, "means staying even when it's hard." Outside, the world questioned us. Inside, I felt something steady and real. And I knew. She didn't just choose me. She chose us. Milky Way Red Heart. Choosing each other was easy. Living with that choice was not. The look started first. Long pauses in conversations when I entered the room. Counsels that suddenly needed clarification. Smiles that didn't reach anyone's eyes. I tried to ignore it. Leary pretended not to notice. But one evening, as the lights of Zyra Prime dimmed into night, she finally stopped walking. "They want me to reconsider," she said quietly. My chest tightened. "And do you?" She turned to me, her expression steady but tired. "They say a human will age. That you will weaken. That I will outlive you and regret this." I forced a smile. "They're not wrong." Her hand closed around mine instantly. "They are wrong about one thing," she said. "They think love is measured in years." She brought me to the edge of the terrace, where the city glowed beneath us. "I chose you knowing everything," she continued. "Your limits. Your fears. Your time." For the first time, I felt small, not to her, but to the universe. "I don't want to hold you back," I said. "If this costs you your place." She shook her head. "You are not a cost." That night, the council summoned her. I waited alone, staring at the stars, wondering if love was ever enough. When she returned, her shoulders were tense, her eyes bright with something fierce. "They gave me a choice," she said. My heart sank. "And?" She stepped close, resting her forehead against mine. "I chose you." Again. In that moment, I understood. Forever isn't quiet. It's loud. It challenges the world. And sometimes, it dares the universe to say no. Milky Way. After the council's decision, things grew quieter. Too quiet. Leary was still beside me, still gentle, still strong, but I could feel the weight she carried. The way her smiles faded faster. The way she held my hand just a little tighter, as if afraid of the future slipping through her fingers. One night, I finally said what I had been avoiding. "You're going to outlive me." The words hung between us, heavy and honest. She didn't look away. "Yes. That scares me," I admitted. "I don't want to be your greatest loss." She lifted my hand, pressing it to her chest. I could feel her heartbeat, slow, steady, ancient compared to mine. "On my world," she said, "we don't fear loss. We fear never choosing." She took a breath. "I would rather love you for a short time than live forever wondering who I abandoned." My throat tightened. "And when I'm gone?" Her voice softened. "Then I will remember that I was loved fully. That I was brave once." I realized then that she wasn't pretending to be fearless. She was choosing courage every day. I pulled her into an embrace, human arms around alien warmth. "Then promise me something," I whispered. "Anything. Don't protect yourself from loving me." She closed her eyes. "I never have." Outside, the stars burned quietly, uncaring and distant. Inside, we stood together, two fragile lives, defying time itself. And for the first time, I understood. Love isn't about forever lasting. It's about forever choosing. Dizzy Red Heart. That night, the world finally felt far away. No councils. No whispers. No futures waiting to judge us. Just us. Leary's chamber was quiet, lit only by the soft glow of the city beyond the glass walls. The stars hung low, like witnesses who had seen this story before and chose not to interfere. She stood near the window, her back to me. "You're thinking again," I said gently. She turned, a small smile touching her lips. "I was wondering how a human heart can be so loud." I laughed softly. "It gets worse when it's scared." She crossed the space between us, slow, deliberate. Her fingers brushed my wrist, then my hand, as if asking permission without words. "I don't want tonight to be heavy," she said. "I don't want promises. I want now." I pulled her closer, our foreheads touching. "Then stay here," I whispered. "With me." She exhaled, relief and desire mixing in the sound. Her hands rested against my chest, feeling my heartbeat again, faster this time. "So fragile," she murmured. "And yet, you undo me." Her touch was warm, grounding. Not rushed. Not desperate. Just certain. We moved together, slowly, as if learning each other in a language that didn't need translation. Every glance lingered. Every breath felt shared. For the first time since I arrived on Zyra Prime, I wasn't a visitor. I was wanted. Chosen. As the city lights dimmed outside, she rested her head against my shoulder. "Whatever comes next," she said quietly, "this moment is ours." I wrapped my arms around her, holding her like something precious. And in that silence, wrapped in stars and shared warmth, I knew. The universe could wait. Tonight, love was enough. Morning came softly on Zyra Prime. Light filtered through the crystal walls, pale and warm, touching our skin like a quiet blessing. Leary lay beside me, her fingers loosely intertwined with mine, her breathing slow and calm. For once, the future didn't feel heavy. It felt real. She opened her eyes and smiled, unguarded and human in a way I'd never seen before. "You stayed," she said. "I never planned to leave," I replied. Later that day, we stood before the council, not as a human and an alien, not as something controversial, but as two beings who had already made their choice. The room was vast, cold, filled with ancient eyes. "You understand the cost," one of them said. "Time will take him from you." Leary didn't hesitate. "Time takes everyone," she answered calmly. "Love is what we keep." Silence followed. Then something unexpected happened. They stepped aside. No approval. No blessing. But no resistance either. Freedom doesn't always come with applause. Sometimes it comes with an open path. We left the capital that evening. Not in exile, by choice. A quiet world near the outer stars, where no one cared about species or lifespans. Just sunrises, shared meals, laughter, and nights where we held each other without counting the years. I aged. She didn't. But she never looked at me with pity, only with the same love she'd given me from the start. When my hair grayed, she traced it gently. When my hands weakened, she held them tighter. And when my time finally came, I wasn't afraid. Because I didn't spend my life wondering what if. I spent it loved. As my eyes closed for the last time, her whisper was the same as the night it all began. "You were mine. Not possession. Not fate. Forever." Because some loves don't last forever in time. They last forever in meaning.